Hello and welcome in tonight's news. His Majesty the King and Prime Minister of Malta, Robert Abella, discussed bilateral relations and witnessed the signing of a cooperation agreement. The Prime Minister discusses with the Prime Minister of Malta, Robert Abella, enhancing cooperation in the fields of economy, culture and education. And Minister of Foreign Affairs Ayman Al-Safadi says that the hunger in Gaza has turned into an inhumane reality. Welcome again. His Majesty King Abdullah has discussed with Malta's Prime Minister Robert Abella bilateral relations and developments in the region. During a meeting at Al-Husainiya Palace attended by Crown Prince Al-Hussein, the King underscored the significance of Prime Minister Abella's visit in boosting bilateral ties. The King and Prime Minister Abella highlighted the importance of bilateral coordination on receiving sick and injured children from Gaza for medical treatment. Also at Al-Husainiya Palace, His Majesty and Malta's Prime Minister witnessed the signing of a cooperation agreement and 3 memorandums of understanding in water, energy, tourism, archiving and language exchange. Prime Minister Abella praised Jordan's regional role in Gaza medical aid, Syrian refugee support and peace efforts. King Abdullah emphasized the urgent need for a Gaza ceasefire, sustained humanitarian aid, and warned against West Bank escalations and Palestinian displacement threats. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan has also discussed with Prime Minister Abella enhancing cooperation in the fields of economy, culture and education. The two sides discussed potential partnerships in pharmaceuticals, medical industries, emerging technologies and sister city agreements between key tourist destinations. Hassan and Abella reviewed the memoranda of understanding signed today, stressing the need to advance their implementation. Jordan has strongly condemned Israel's bombing of the Hamad Hospital for Rehabilitation and Prosthetics in Gaza, describing it as a blatant violation of international law and humanitarian principles. In a statement, the Foreign Ministry called the attack a serious breach of Geneva Conventions, which guarantee the protection of civilians during armed conflict. The Foreign Ministry warned of the growing impact of these violations on both Gaza and the West Bank and the wider threat they pose to regional security. Foreign Minister Ayman Al-Safadi said hunger in Gaza has turned into an inhumane reality. In a post on X platform, Safadi emphasized that the world bears a moral and legal responsibility to end this horrific catastrophe. He also stressed that starving 2.3 million Palestinians is a crime that must be stopped immediately. The Foreign Minister urged immediate international action to save Gaza from starvation and end Israel's blockade, adding that UN-affiliated organizations must be allowed to distribute critically needed humanitarian aid in the Strip. Government Communication Minister Mohammed Momani said Jordan's national will and the strong bond between its leadership and people is unwavering. Momani's comments came during celebrations of the 79th Independence Day at Al-Khwarizmi University of Technology. The minister commended the king's leadership in driving Jordan toward modern statehood, noting strides in governance, democratic reform and youth engagement. Despite regional conflicts, Momani stressed Jordan remains an oasis of stability and security. The ceremony honored the sacrifices of Jordan's armed forces and reaffirmed commitment to the values of the Great Arab Revolt. The State Security Court has delivered its final verdicts against the defendants in the high-profile case related to the December 2022 terrorist attack in which 4 security personnel were killed. After examining the events and facts in the case, the court sentenced the primary preparator to death and convicted two to prison terms of 9 and 20 years with temporary hard labor on charges of committing terrorist acts that led to the death of a person. The court also sentenced another defendant to 3 years in prison and acquitted other defendants due to lack of evidence. Investigation revealed that the perpetrators operated a terrorist cell that targeted security forces while maintaining extremist affiliations. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching.